back to the channel. Happy Sunday. Okay, we are coming in. As you can tell by the title, this is dress number 8. I have 2 more dresses left. For those who are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. If you are new and you have not subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. And for those who maybe watch continuously and you check in every now and again, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell so you do not miss an upload. And thank you for those who continue to tune in. So if you are new, real quick, I have put together a series here on the channel. I'll have the playlist pop up at the end of this video, but it is a 10-piece summer dress collection series. So I chose 5 from indie patterns and I chose 5 from commercial. And so today we have an indie pattern. If you missed my dress number 7, I just uploaded, that's the video before this. Yes, that was a sewing fail, but it's okay. I still got an outfit together and rocked it out for the anniversary, so you can go check that out. But this is actually, and let me get my notes together here, this is by Deer Doe. I believe it's pronounced the Orchidee or the Orchidee. Forgive me if I pronounced it wrong. I know it's French, but anyway, this is, it's actually a dress or a top, and so obviously I'm doing the dress version. And here she is. Lady Dane is rocking her. I've already worn her, so you'll see my pictures and video. Met up with some friends for lunch, or early dinner I should say, and I decided I wanted to wear it. And so I have her half buttoned up because there is something I want to talk about that I did. Oh, and before I forget, the members, SewNaturalDane members, you will have a video coming up on Tuesday. So look out for that members only video. And a couple things to consider if you decide to do what I chose to do. Now, a little bit about the Orchidee. So it again is by Deer Doe. I purchased this, it says on the front, back in April 2021. The size that I purchased at the time, because it comes in larger size. I'll tell you what that other size is in a moment. But the one I purchased starts at a size 34 up to a 52. That's not the sizing, that's just the number. But the bust for that range starts at a 31.5 inch up to 45 5/8. And so I decided to go ahead and just take that one. And the bust, just so you know, the full, I did the larger size, I should say that. I did the larger size, which is the size 52. That is a bust of 45 5/8, a waist of 37 3/4, and a hip of 48. However, you will have quite a bit, you do have some ease in that skirt piece for sure. The finished garment measurement for the bust is 49 5/8, and the waist is 39 3/8. And then it gives you the measurements for the length of from the waist down. So for me, this size, this was fine for me. I knew this would work for me. However, if you are interested in this pattern, the Orchidee, let me just double check real quick. Okay, actually I stand corrected. I just checked on the website. I'm looking here because Deer Doe is now part of they've merged into Closet Core. And so this particular dress, the sizing hasn't been increased for this pattern yet from what I'm seeing on the website, because as you know, Closet Core, and if you didn't, and Deer Doe do have patterns that go larger than the size and I'm sharing with you today. And I know that Deer Doe was in the process, I know even before they came part of Closet Core, increasing their size range for they were working through their pattern blocks. And so it looks like maybe they haven't gotten to this one yet. So this, as of what I'm looking at, as of the time you see this video, that August 2024, that this one is still only in this size range that I'm giving you. So this at this size range, if right now it only goes up to 52, is not size inclusive, is not including, is not something that even with the finished garment measurements, is not one of those, because usually sometimes, if depending on the pattern, depending on their size range and their finished garment measurements, I, you know, can play with in between sizes, you know, that type thing. But this is not one of those. So if you don't fit in their body measurement for this one, I wouldn't suggest getting it. So there's that. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Before I forget, I am wearing Me Made. Went out with another friend today. It is hot, y'all. So I definitely need to wear more, make more of these. This is just a straight long tank, but I like, I like the way it fits. And we went to the movie, so I decided to wear my linen duster that I made. This is an out of print pattern. I've featured it on the channel before, but yeah, I definitely need more of these, because this, I think I said this before, this is quite pillowy. And so I was like, ugh, so let me hide that with my duster. But anyway, that's not what you're here for. So the recommended fabrics are batiste, cotton, cotton voile, Swiss dot, and eyelet. And it doesn't recommend this particular fabric, or it doesn't, your rayon, challis, or this is a rayon crepe. This was part of JoAnn Fabrics here in the United States, when they were having, if you all recall, I think it was June, they were having this 70% off of a lot of their different fabrics. I guess they were trying to get rid of, and I shared this in the haul, and I picked that up 3 yards, and so that's where I got this, so I can't link to it or anything like that. And you do need to line it. The entire dress is called to be lined, the bodice as well as the skirt piece, and of course the waist pieces. And so I didn't line the bottom of it's because of the weight of this fabric, and I think this dress transitions so beautifully into fall, just because of the color, but it's absolutely beautiful for summer as well. This is one for sure that I'm gonna be loving for the fall, but because of the weight of it, I won't say it's thick, but it's a rayon crepe, and so it has body. It has a nice amount of body to it. It's not as light as a rayon, if that makes sense. So it doesn't have those fabric requirements or suggestions on the pattern, but you most certainly can use that, because I did. It does call for 7 shank buttons. It calls for a 12-inch rat tail cord, and then you need your elastic, because you're putting elastic into the sleeve here. And then you need a 16-inch invisible zipper, because there is an invisible zipper that goes in on the side. You do need quite a bit of fabric. So for my size, I only had 3 yards of this, but it called for 3 3/4, and that would have been absolutely perfect, because you guys, this is all I got left of my fabric, these scraps, which we love. Y'all heard me talk about in my planning video how I plan my projects. If you missed that, I'll let that pop up at the end of this. But scraps like this that I can't, sew them together to help out further in this particular project, and I'm not much of a person that sew little scraps like that together to create something. It goes into my recyclable bin that I use to stuff things with. So, but anyway, so that's all I had left. So, couple things. I did not use shank buttons. I did not do the rat tail cord, and I did not do an invisible zipper. As a matter of fact, and I'll pop up the line drawing so you can see, as you can tell, the buttons go down to the lower part of the waistband. So in my mind, I was like, oh, why put in a zipper when it looks like you can put this thing over your head? Y'all know where this is going. Yeah, even taking the zipper out, I can still recommend, but the thing I forgot to do and to consider is decrease the seam allowance for the waist band pieces, and the seam allowance when I was sewing the bodice that connects to the waistband, because although it was hard to get over my breast, the waist piece. Obviously, I'm 45. My waist is 39. And so, yeah, I was like, ooh, shimmying in. I was like, yeah, this is why you need the zipper. So take that for what it's worth. It wasn't hard to get into, but even with decreasing the seam allowance and all that, I still would have had to do some shimmying. But I honestly just didn't feel like it needed the side zip because of the buttons in the front. Now, if it didn't have buttons in the front, yeah, you most certainly would need that side zip in order to get the thing on. So far as this rat tail cord, what I did, here's my suggestion to you, and I'll show you, and I'll link to the video. What I did is what, I don't remember her name, but it's a channel here on YouTube, because I was looking for reviews and maybe possibly even a sew along for this, even though the instructions are really simple. I just like to see visually, maybe if somebody hit up against something that might be a little tricky, or if they have suggestions that can maybe cut down on my sewing efforts, different things of that nature. So glad that I did, because and I'll link to her video. This lady, she and it's in French, so she's I guess Deer Doe asked her to do a sew along or something like that, but the whole thing is in French, but you can understand what she's doing because she's physically showing you everything. She suggested to get this instead of doing the whole rat tail cord and all of that. She suggested buying this, and I think this was called, it's for bridal wear, where you know how they have the buttons that go down in, I guess, a corset or something like that. She suggested buying this instead of doing the rat tail cord method and everything shown in the pattern. I was like, that is brilliant. But then I was like, well, where do I get that? And I'm thinking, by the time I looked it up on Etsy, because you know you can get the little loops. You see the small loops? You can get that in different sizes. Like, they don't have to be this small. I think I saw out there where these could be larger, so you don't have to have so many, you know, buttons and closure. And so, but that was fine. It was no big deal. I went to JoAnn Fabrics and I just bought, what did I buy? Half a yard of this. It was way too, I got more than I needed, but I was like, oh, you know, maybe for another project or something, you know, I'll have this. And I was also considering cutting off the loops, every other loop on here. I didn't do that though. I decided against that. So that's what I did. And she showed in her video, and you don't have to watch her video to understand this, because I will say, if I were to jump into the instructions are super easy to follow. This is not my first Deer Doe pattern I've made, but I will say super easy to follow. The instructions as they are written, to me, you don't need a sew along for this. It's only 6 pieces here, and then you have your lining pieces, which is 4, because like I said, I did end up lining the front and the back, and of course you line the waist pieces as well, the front and back waist pieces as well. I had to make no notes into my instructions at all. I love the gathering detail up here at the shoulder. So pretty, and it helps with the going over the bust area, so you don't have any, you don't have a princess seam, and you don't have darts, and so that this gathering into the shoulder seams makes that drape over really nicely. One thing I did notice, because you are to stabilize this area in here, and I did that, but I'm thinking, and you stay stitch, so you have to stay stitch this neckline area, and you have to put interfacing there, and I did that. I'm thinking twill tape would work a lot better than interfacing, and I say that because I'm sure as part of my construction part, and you probably can even see it here on the on Lady Dane. I'm gonna zoom in to see if you can tell. You should be able to tell. Yeah, you can. This side bows out ever so slightly. And so when I wore it that day, this here was the lining was trying to slide out a little bit. This side lay perfectly fine. It was this side. So for me, that's telling me it was something in my construction in that process. But at the same time, let me zoom you back out. But at the same time, I would use twill tape. I will most certainly use twill tape. Still stay stitch, but then I will use twill tape over interfacing. That's one of my suggestions for that. So far as everything else in the instructions, yeah, this is a really easy pattern to put together. Again, take into consideration if you want to do with or without the zipper for ease of getting in and out of. I think for a top, I could definitely see myself making this into the top, because the top, as you can tell, I'll pop up the line drawing again. The bottom part is open and you have the flounce around the bottom. I think that would be so pretty. And so, because I think it's absolutely beautiful. So that's for the instructions. And with the buying this cord, that saves so much time instead of trying to do the whole what they suggested in the pattern and everything. And then all you have to do is sew that in. Again, the instructions are super easy. Now what you will notice, and maybe I'll take this off so you can I'll show you up close what I did for the buttons, because you do have to add obviously quite a bit of buttons. So I left a few of the buttons undone so you can kind of get where I'm going. Okay, so as you can tell, where the buttons are, what I did was I put these buttons on just so I can wear it, but I'm not leaving these on. I want pearlized buttons that maybe is this color or maybe this plum color, and that's, I'm going to take all these buttons off and replace it with pearlized. They look like little pearls. Those are the type of buttons I want on here, not these. But I put these on here just to finish the dress and so I can wear it. And so you'll see, so you do button, you have your button, and everything is even. I just sloppily put this together. Maybe I should button this up right. Okay, I had to button that up right because that looked like my it looked like my waist seam wasn't even, and it is. And down here, but yeah, so you do have all of that. So I do want to replace these with the pearl buttons, and as you can tell on the inside, I did line it on the inside, and so yeah, I absolutely love the way that looks. So yeah, I absolutely love the way she looks. And as I just wrap up the video here, I'll show you how the inside looks. Yeah, she is beautiful. I love the flow of it. I love the fit of it. I'll make sure some video and pictures are popping up while I'm going through trying to get this off of Lady Dane. But I absolutely love the length. I did not have to lengthen this at all. It turned out to be the perfect length on me, and it hits perfectly. And so but I think so if you're gonna go with this size and you fall into the same measurements as me, 45, 39, 52, go with the largest size. However, if they were to come out with a larger size and you have my measurements, I would just go up a size, probably just to have a little, maybe up a size in the waist, and that's it. Because the bodice piece of this was perfectly fine, no issues there, but that waist, yeah, because I didn't want to do the I didn't want to put in a zipper. I could have went up a size in the waist, but obviously for this I could not, and I didn't foresight to decrease that seam allowance. But yeah, I actually just serged her all the way in. My intention was to turn this under, but what did I do? I think I had finished, oh, I didn't turn it under because I had realized later that, oh, you were supposed to be able to turn this under, but I had stitched the waistband pieces together at that point, and I didn't leave clearance for that. So I end up just serging it all the way around. the bodice and everything to the skirt, which is fine. Everything turned out beautiful. But yeah, that is the review for the orchidee dress. So yeah, that is the review for this pattern. I absolutely love how this turned out. And so yeah, you'll have to let me know what you think of the pictures and video and the fit and the suggestions. I'll leave a link to that video that had the sew along down in the description box. You can check that out if you need to. I have 2 dresses left, you guys. 2. I have the Mimi G one, which I intended to do that a long time ago, but timing and other projects. So I have that one. And then I have the Know Me 2027 and 2020 that I am mashing up together to create the look that I want. This is the only one out of all the 10 dresses I have not decided on fabric yet. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of fabric I'm gonna use for this. I think I know, but we shall see. So that one, this may come late September. That last one, dress number 10, may come late September, but the Mimi G one definitely should come early September for sure, because I have the fabric and all that I've shared. But that is it, everybody. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for Wednesday's video. That is the subscriber pick, the vest, and so stay tuned for that so you can see how that looks. But yeah, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it. Might take me a couple days, but I'll get to your comments. But definitely leave your comments and thoughts and everything down below. All right, everybody, and members, like I said earlier, we'll see you. Look out for your members video on Tuesday, the day before my Wednesday video. All right, everybody, have a blessed one. We'll see you then. Bye.